I've had different versions of the same conversation with many guys who, by all measures and accounts, have made it. They have good income, they have a career, they have a life path, they have a family, they have all the worldly possessions that they could ever ask for, a nice car, big house. And the thing that they say almost word for word in almost every case is, I don't know what any of this is for. It's not necessarily a rich guy problem because I've had this conversation with guys at 60,000 a year or 600,000 a year. It's just a very similar pattern across the board. It's years of dedicated hard work in pursuit of all of these things that they're told they're supposed to have, but none of it ever really truly connects with who they think they are or how they're showing up in the world, or it doesn't align with their purpose. And even worse, sometimes they do all of this without a purpose, and then they arrive here at this destination, the place that they were supposed to get to, and feels like there's no meaning behind it. It was like the goals that they set for themselves, which also keep moving, gave them a sense of direction and distracted them from doing that identity work while they were in pursuit of that moving target. And then once the direction or that thing that was out in front of them, the carrot on the stick, once that went away, they had nothing to chase after anymore. And I think this is partly a design flaw in the systems that we've built to inspire men to chase after all of these things, aiming for the milestones and checking off the boxes, all the while believing that somewhere along the lines, who we really want to be is just going to show up in all of that, and the meaning behind all of this is going to come along with it. And if this is where you're at and you don't feel connected to the work that you're doing anymore, it's important to become curious and start asking questions. Not questions like, what do I do? Questions like, what do I do this for? You'll know you're on the right track if the questions you ask start making you feel uncomfortable. If it feels like there is a dissonance in the frequencies between the work that you're doing and who you think you are. And if you really want to take this deeper, somewhere around this video is going to be a link. It'll take you to my Identity Map app. In that app, it's going to ask you a bunch of questions about you and what you're up to and help you figure out who you are at your core and what's important to you across 5 different areas: health, wealth, relationships, spirituality, and self. And in these areas, you'll be able to map out who you are right now, who you want to be, and then it'll help create activities and things that you can do every day to start bringing those 2 versions of you closer to each other, allowing you to find alignment in your purpose so that you can start pursuing that a little bit more meaningful. Now, if that's the work that you're up to, make sure you hit that follow button because you might not ever see me again.